forgot, Julie, I nearly forgot. You nearly just had my, well, head, if you're lucky. There we go. You can just see my little roller there. I've got my little one tonight. So just roll through your shoulders when you're ready. Good. And then just lift and lower. Keep the chin down, circle round to your right shoulder. Circle round to your left shoulder. Good, and again. One more. And then come back to the center when you're ready. Just roll back into your shoulders. And then slowly lift your head up. Keep the shoulders moving. And then take your hand and just circle into the shoulder. And then circle the other way. Lovely. And then the other shoulder. So again, circle back. And then circle the other way. And then take both hands and just start to lift the shoulders a little bit higher. And again, you can go the other way. And then we're going to take one back and bring the other forward. And then change direction. Lovely. Then we can start to circle back into the shoulder. And if it's still feeling a little bit tight through the shoulder, start to move your back. Lovely. And then turn your head so you're facing to your right. And then turn to the left. And just see if there's a difference from one side to the other. Then come back to the middle and just tilt your head over to one side gently. Bring your other arm into the lower back and just draw the shoulder back and ease the head across. And then slowly release. Then do the other side. So just tilt the head, bring the arm into the lower back, push the shoulder back, and just ease the head across. And then let go. And then again, just turn your head to the right and then to the left and see if that's kind of helped. Good. And then round. Then come back to center. Just circle back again. So any stiffness that you might be feeling in the neck, any tight muscles, can affect the shoulders very quickly. So you might find just releasing the neck first can help just make your shoulders move a bit better. Bring them forward in a swoop and then release. And again. Good, one more. And then go back to your arm circles again. Good, then lift the arms up. Just draw the elbow back. And then forward. And again. And again, feel free to follow the elbow back. And then start to open. Good, 2 more. Last one. Lovely, and then just relax the arms. Let's slow squat. And again. Just pedal through the feet. So just notice whether your ankles or your feet feel a bit tight. So going into the ankle a little bit more, just point and flex the foot. And then circle into the ankle. And then go the other way. Lovely. And then the other side. So just point and flex the foot. And then a little circle into the ankle. And then circle the other way. Lovely. Go back to your foot pedals again. Just see if that's helped to release the ankles a little bit, maybe the feet. And if all else fails there, we're going to take the socks off and we're going to use the spiky ball. So, middle of the foot, just roll through the middle. Again, Dave, you could just do some foot and ankle work if you wanted to. Come back to the heel and then to the ball of the foot. And just see if there are any tight spots around the foot. So as you know, doing this can help to release the feet. So again, if there are any issues, any tight feet can basically affect the rest of the body, because that tightness will travel up from your feet through to the body. So it could affect your hips, your knees, your shoulders, your spine. So we'll get some blood flow to the foot. You might have high, tight arches. Again, that can help to relieve those. Circling round into the foot, round the edges. You don't have to use a spiky ball, you could use a tennis ball for this. Not a problem. Rolling out. I'm going to give the ankle a bit of a stretch. So if you bring your heel down to the floor, keep your toes on the ball. Okay, and then just bend both knees. Leaning forward. So you may well feel that stretch right up your calf. Good, and then change. Okay, so just roll out and change to the other side. So your instep to begin with, just in the middle there. Make your way to the back when you're ready. And then through the middle to the front. Circling round. heel. Good job. So make sure you're quite firm. You really want to get into any kind of tight areas. So once the feet are nicely released, that's going to help improve your balance, again, which again is going to help improve your posture. Lovely. Then that stretch. So, toes on the ball, heel down, and then just bend the knees. Lovely, and then release. Just have a quick little roll. There you go, we're done releasing the feet. So, again, that's just going to have quite a big effect on how the rest of the body moves now. Alright, so let's start to release the hips, so lifting and lowering. And again. And then we'll just lift the knee up and open, then back and down, and again. Try and bring the foot back down under the hip. Lovely, and again. We have one more. And then circle up into the hip, either in hip circle, or you can just circle the leg. And then go in reverse. Good, and then do the other side. So start with, if you can do a hip circle, then do it, because it's a bigger movement for the hip, a better movement for the hip. And then go the other way. Lovely. And then again, just pedal through the feet. We're going to take the legs a little bit wider and just shift our weight just from one side to the other. Lovely, and then come back to centre. Turn your toes so they're pointing out. We're going to take a full roll down, but with a wide leg, so it's not so much impact through the backs of the legs. Then slowly up. Shoulders back, head up last. Bring the feet under your hips if that feels comfortable. Let's come into a half roll. So again, if you don't ever feel comfortable with your feet under your hips, that's fine. Just take them out a little wider. If you go too narrow, then that will affect your balance. Good. Then come back up. Good. And again, nice deep breath in and then out. Into back extension. Lovely. Slowly come up. Bring the shoulders back, head up last. Perfect. Come down again. Into your back extension. And then back up. Lovely. Just roll out into the shoulders. Take your foam roller, or whatever you've got to hold on to. It doesn't have to be a foam roller. Dave, if you've got a ruler, you could use a pencil, long pencil, or a band. A band is fine for this as well. So we're just going to lift and lower the roller. And then when you're ready, start to move up into the shoulders. Just be aware that you're not kind of bringing your head down with this one. So you don't want to bring your head down and forward. You want to keep your head up. Squeezing back into your shoulder blades. So if you're a bit tight around the shoulders, upper back, that might be quite hard for you to do. So just go back as far as you feel that the shoulders will allow. Good, then come to the top, just hold it there, just lean across. You can do this with your hands as well, you don't need to hold on to something. Good. And then down to the middle, then come around, and the other way. Again, working into the shoulders, upper back. Lovely, one more. Good. Bring the roller down. Again, just roll out into your shoulders. Okay, so guys, when you're ready, I want you to come to the back of your mat. So make sure you've got the full length of your mat to work with. All right, so you're going to take a nice roll down. I'm just going to take this off a minute. Getting a little heated. Okay, so when you're ready, you may already be down. You just roll down, walk out across the mat, come into your calf stretch, just pressing down into the heels, lifting and lowering, maybe walking your feet through. Good, now lower to plank when you're ready, wrists under shoulders. Then bring the knees down and just bring yourself back into child's pose. So let's again go to our foam roller and use that. So again, if you haven't got one, don't worry, just do the same exercise but without the roller. Okay, so you're going to push the roller away, come into child's pose. And then lift back up again. Good. And again. Back up. Good job. And again, just pressing away. Back up. Lovely. And again. We're going to do one more. Good. You can keep your hands on the floor or on the roller. Come into your cat stretch. Let your back release. And then just come back to the centre. Okay, we're going to come down to the mat. So we're going to do some exercises for the back to really release the back. Okay, they're quite strong exercises. So just be aware. Okay, we're going to bring the roller out in front. Now, if you haven't got a roller, then you're just going to come into swan. So you're going to bring your elbows in, hands to the floor. And again, you may prefer to do it like this, because the roller is going to give you a really big back extension. So you squeeze your bottom and then you lift. Now you can lift up so that the arms are completely straight, and then you'll be in exactly the same position as we're going to be in with the roller. and then bring the elbows down. Or you could just lift up, keeping your elbows on the floor. So take your roller. When you're ready, squeeze your bottom, press away. Lovely. And then bring it back. And again. Press. And then down. Good. Make sure you squeeze your bottom. Big stretch. And then down. Good. Couple more. So press away. And then lower down. One more. And then lower down. Good. We're going to take the roller to the side. Again, you could use a book or something if you haven't got a roller or your yoga block. Or a cushion. So you've got a cushion handy. Just pop your knee on. We're going to bring the knee up onto the roller. And then come round onto your forearms. This is a big stretch for your hips. Okay, now you may be able to move your roller in and out. It might be too much, it might be too tight. Just see what you can do. So feel free to lift yourself off of your supporting thigh if it's starting to hurt. So you can bring yourself up a little bit higher. And again, just rolling through that hip, inner thigh. Rocking side to side. You can hold compression. Just hold it down. Relax your hip as if you're pushing it down to the floor. Lovely. And then we're going to slowly change sides. Bring it over to the other side. So the hardest part of this is getting your knee up. Once it's there, you should be good to go. So finding that position. Come down to your forearms again. And then just start to roll from side to side. And again, you can lift that lower thigh off the floor if you want to. Just sort of come closer to the knee rather than actually having the thigh into the floor. Oh my goodness, I've got a tight inner thigh here. Just hold it with a bit of compression. So just relax the hip down. Lovely. Okay, come off when you're ready. Bring yourself up onto your hands and knees and just come into cat. Just stretch out the back. And then release. And again, stretch. Let the back release. Good. Come to that halfway point with your back. We're going to take our Superman. Open wide. Bring it back. And then in. Same on the other side. Press away. Open. And in. Lovely. One more. And again, go into cat stretch. Lovely, and again. And then just let the back sit down. And then just come to centre when you're ready. Okay, so this is where you need your pillow. Because you're going to put your back on this part of the roller. And because the rollers aren't long enough, your head will hang off the back. So, just get a cushion. So make sure it's quite a plump one. Now, Dave, you can do this. You can just lie on your back. Sit on your roller. Now remember, you're on a wobbly surface. Okay? You are on a wobbly surface. Now we want to get the roller in between our shoulder blades. So just make sure the whole of your back is on the roller. Okay, and it should just go straight down the middle of your back, quite happily. Good, okay, now bring your elbows together. Then we're going to keep them there in that position, but open the arms wide. So we're going to squeeze into the shoulder blades and really open up. Oh my goodness, into the chest. So you're going to get an almighty stretch through the front of your shoulders and your chest, and then back up, and again. Good. And again. Big stretch. Lovely. And then bring your hands together at the top and open your arms out wide. That might feel a bit more comfortable for you. So nothing is going to stretch your shoulders like this. Lovely. And then just release. Okay, come off your roller. All right. Make sure you feel comfortable. We're going to bring the roller onto our feet. Again, you don't have to have the roller here. You can just bring your feet to the floor. Okay, you can use the pillow if you want to, if that makes your head feel more comfortable. Quite good because your pelvis is raised now, so no problem raising the head there. You can take your arms wide, or just keep them a little bit further into you, whichever feels good. And then just start to drop into one side of the knee. So we're opening, and then bringing it back. And the other side. Just working from one side to the other. So remember, when one side is moving, the other side is nice and still. So you can keep your hand there on your leg just to keep it still. And slowly back. Get it under the hip first. Keep it in position. As you do your knee drops. Give one more. Lovely. And then just roll the roller away. And let's get our spiky ball. And then just pop it underneath the pelvis. Okay, now be careful you don't go into your lower back. Alright, so your pelvis is lower than your back. Lower. There's my lower back. There's my pelvis there. Make sure you get it in the pelvis. It's going to go right in the middle where the pelvis is fused, so we can stretch it. And if we can stretch out the pelvis, that's going to help the front and the back of the hips. So if the front of the hips are tight, then it's going to make the hips and the back work harder, and vice versa. So if we can release the pelvis, which kind of holds on to the hips, front and back, then it's all good. Sometimes when you do this under the pelvis, you can feel your hip flexors actually releasing. It's that good. Use the cushion again if you want to. Just find the back of the pelvis. And when you found it, bring your feet together and just drop wide. So again, you can drop into this position. Even with your back on the floor, it's a great stretch to release the hips. Find the back of the pelvis. And you can move from side to side. You can go happily across the pelvis, like I said, because it's fused. Whereas the rest of the spine, you can't do that because you don't want to kind of put the vertebrae in your spine under any sort of stress. You can move from side to side, going across. Okay, you can hold compression, you can bring your knees back to center. You can add a little bit more compression if you want to, just by coming into a tabletop position. And just letting your weight now push down on the spiky ball. You can even move into some tabletop tap downs. So when the pelvis is supported like this, it makes your tabletop exercises a little bit more controlled. Lovely. Bring your feet down when you're ready. Go into your sort of open butterfly again. If you want to, that's always quite nice. Just let your hips release. Lovely. Bring it back to center. Come off your spiky ball. So your back might feel a little bit flat now with the ball. So let's just roll our knees just gently from side to side. You don't have to touch down. That's really important. You don't actually have to get your knees down to the floor with this exercise. You can just keep them hovering so it's more comfortable for your back. I see so many people really try and stretch over. You don't need to. Just go with what your back wants to do. Okay, let's come into bridge. So let's tilt the pelvis. Maybe lift the arms. Then slowly down through the back. And then bring the arms forward. Now if your arms aren't happy because your shoulders are too tight to do that, then just lift your arms just to the ceiling maybe, where the shoulders are pinned down. And then try rolling your back down and leaving your arms in that position. It'd be a lot easier to do for your shoulders. Tilt, roll. Slowly lower. And then bring your arms forward. Good job. Okay, again, we can use a cushion here to support the head. I'm going to put the ball into the shoulder or thereabouts. It doesn't have to be the shoulder itself. There might be somewhere else in your back that it feels tight. And you can just kind of work your way into that area. Just using your arm just to kind of circle it round. I'm not necessarily tight in the shoulders, I'm more tight in the upper back. And can hold compression, just pushing down any sort of knots, but like I said, feel free just to move that spiky ball around. Don't have to keep it in one position. Hold compression if that feels good. Lovely. And then change sides. So make sure it's nowhere near your neck. Alright. If in doubt, go lower. Much lower. And again, just find an area where, yeah, there's a little bit of tightness there. You just think, okay, I can just get the ball into it. And again, you can just hold down compression. Lovely, and then release. Okay, so if you haven't got foam roller, then what I want you to do is a cat stretch. Alright, so just come onto your hands and knees and do a cat stretch. Otherwise we're going to put the roller behind the middle of our back. Okay, not too high. And then you can either support your head with your hands, or if you're happy to hold your head up, hold your head up. You can lift your bottom and just start to roll through the back. So I'm going to curl up as I come to my lower back and then stretch out as I come to my shoulders. Lovely. And then I'm going to bring the bottom down. I'm going to support the back of the neck and take it into a back extension. And then bring the head forward. And again. Lovely. Bring the head forward. Good. Coming up, last little bit now. We're going to bring the roller to the front. Just take one leg out. Now again, you can do this with your foot on the floor. It doesn't have to be elevated. Okay, so we're going to just stretch the ankle out a little bit. So just turn your foot inward and then outward. In and out. Just working into your ankle. And then just roll through your calf a little bit. You can just lift your bottom off the floor, just rolling out the calf. Lovely. And then just hold that foot there. Lift your arms. We're going to come forward. Just take a stretch here. Flex your foot. If you're very flexible, you might be able to hold on to your foot. Lovely, and then release. Do the other side. Okay, just give your ankle a little bit of internal and external rotation. Pressing your ankle down into your roller. Good. Maybe a little bit of a roll through the calf. And then just hold it here. Lift your arms, then come forward. Take that stretch. Good job. Lovely. Come back to a seated position. You can sit on something if it's more comfortable. Just take a stretch into the side of your back. Hopefully you're getting some nice movement now into the sides of the back as we've released the shoulders, release the back into the chest. You might feel that tomorrow, the chest one. And then into the upper back. Good, come into cat. Just lifting up. Lowering down. Come back to center. Tuck your toes, press back into calf stretch. Walk your hands towards your feet. Take a roll. Good, take a breath. Take another roll. Nice and slowly. Lovely, and then back up. Good job. Take a breath in. Bring your hands together and then breathe out. Yay! Give yourself a big clap. Well done, guys. Hopefully that feels good. Oh, I did that chest one this morning. That hurts.